Morning. Back to acrylic knife painting. So I'm setting trends. Alan's doing a lot of these now. Maybe because he bought so many of these paints from Wilkinson's, these 200ml tubes, they're getting popular. They put the price up by 25%. They're now £2 for a 200ml tube, which is very, very good. Right, I saw something like this on Country File. It's a BBC programme every Sunday about country things, and they show some wonderful landscapes. And I just remember this broken down old stone cottage. The roof's gone, so I'm going to try to make something of that. It's a small piece of paper. It's unprimed. Well, I think it's unprimed. Go straight on with it. A bit of distance here, but the sky and just landscape. I should put some red out, I suppose. I'll use a bit of this crimson red, not a lot because we won't use a lot. And what I've done, I'll show you the palette I'm using. I'm going to try this. Right, there it is. I'll just zoom out and try to remember to zoom back, to go back to the painting. I've put out some lemon yellow, yellow ochre, white, crimson, burnt umber and black. 5 colours. I don't know whether we'll use all of them, but no ultramarine and no burnt sienna, my 2 staple colours. But it's just a bit of greaseproof paper that I've taped down to the board. And when I finish this painting, I can throw it away in my waste bin and use another bit But after this, I want to do a watercolour. I've just watched one of Stephen's latest, and I think it's lovely. It's of a walk through the country, well, his local park, and we go through our local parks on our bikes. That's old men every Tuesday, following the Wandrel. And a friend said to me, You get excited, or me, I get excited about things that I wouldn't give it a second glance to. Things like distant trees over meadow grass and stuff like that, and colours. We see beauty where others pass it by. That's why we're artists. And painting with a knife is, I think the idea, the essential thing is to keep it simple. Keep it as simple as possible. Don't overcomplicate it. That's the problem with beginners, is that because it's there, they try to put it all in, and they get very disappointed when it all goes wrong. So that's the whole purpose of using the hake, that you can't fuss and fiddle. You can create an impression, and often the impression is better. That's the beauty. You're creating the beauty. So what others, as the non-artists, we look up at the skies, they look down when it's grey and overcast and raining. We look for the light peering through the clouds breaking up. Light catching autumn leaves on trees before they've all fallen off. Things like that. And mundane scenes, an old wreck of a barn, well no, a crofter's cottage really. I don't know where it was, I can't remember. But I'm going to... Well, I'm going to take a leaf out of Alan Owen's book on his last one. I'm going to paint the white, or the walls of my cottage first. So we'll have the light coming this way from the right. We'll put a sort of a dirty, muddy, bit of black, bit of ochre, bit of black, lump of white. We won't mix it too much, we just put this in. We need a bit more ochre and white. So we'll just come in here and that. There's nothing to stop you using a brush for some of this. My hands are a bit shaky because of my wrists hurt with arthritis. There we go. Then we'll put this bit of sunny ochre in there. But this is such fun doing these knife paintings. Okay, so get some white in there. The white I'm using isn't from Wilco's. It's an artist quality. Now I want to put a shadow cast there. So we'll have a bit of black in there, that colour, and we'll just a counter change. Okay, I'm going to put a bit of that greyish in here. That knife, I don't usually use this knife, but just want to counter change against this bit of paper. If I cut off a mid-sentence because I'll start to concentrate on something. Right, get some more light in there. I've got to separate the front from the back of this, so a bit of red in there. So I want a rich dark in there. I do. And we can put that nice light ochre colour there, and a little bit of shadowy stuff there out of the light. Okay, so that'll be our broken down old cottage. The page stays open for quite a few minutes, enough time for me to have a swig of my tea. All right, now we'll put in a sky. I'm going to use this large palette knife, painting knife. I love this one. If you get interested in painting with knives, don't get the cheap chromium plated ones. Get the good steel ones. They last forever, provided you don't use them for other things other than painting. Right, okay, so let's get in a bit of grey sky, a bit of ochre with it. I'm used to using my Stay Wet palette, but this is a good dodge because you can save on cleaning up. I'll probably be speaking to Alan Owen later on the phone. We spend hours talking. We've become very good friends over the years of doing this. But he lives quite away from me, so he lives up near Wigan, outside Wigan. I live south of London, other end of England really. Right, let's get a bit more ochre and a bit of white. Try to get a bit of variety in your colours, your skies. You don't have to make the clouds that obvious. You can just blend it all and just show different tones. But I've got dark there, so I can go quite light on that horizon around that side. I'm keeping it fairly thin, so if I want to go over it later, I haven't got the hard edges, the dried edges That's it. Alright, let's get some, let's get a bit of red in with that ochre and see what happens. The crimson red is quite strong, so look, it's getting different colours, the knife's sticking a bit. So you're getting a bit warm in there. Now all this is very simple stuff. I'm not painting exactly for beginners, but I'm painting for myself really, and showing you what I would do anyway, were it not for the fact that I've got a YouTube channel. I would still paint, but I have to, in all honesty, all my work is now on YouTube. I do everything that I paint, I video. So plenty of colour in the sky. So I'm enjoying this. I might put a dark hill there, but I might not. I'll see where we go. Put some white in there. Now I've got to get that in there, so I will use a brush. Nothing wrong with using a brush for the bits that you can't use for a knife. Even the great Kathy Williams used a brush. But make sure he used a brush mainly for doing eyes on his knife paints portraits. I love Kathy Williams, I absolutely do, but he's so easy to copy, but you've got to stay away from copying. Use your ideas, but do your own thing with them. I've got too much of the white showing through here, so let's just cover some of that. I don't want it to show through really. Right, okay, we've just got that bit to fill in there. Okay, right, let's put in some dark background there. A bit more paper. I buy this in great big rolls, £2, cheap shop up the road. Okay, so let's use a bit of black, bit of ochre, bit of yellow. The thing about painting, was some warm in there, more warm. Painting as I am on this greaseproof, I'll show you it again, is that I haven't got the size of the box, the Stay Wet palette, to get in the way of my fingers. So this is going to be the strong contrast now. You can vary the colours in this sort of thing, don't have it all just the same flat colour, add a bit of variety to it. I could use blue, but I haven't got any blue on the palette, so I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to just have some fun with this dark colour. So I've just put a little bit of extra colour in there, just to add a bit of interest. Okay, so that's my background. Clean. Swig of tea. Not sure how my house is showing up yet. I might have to do a bit, might be a bit. Put some light on here, I think. Just catching the light coming in there. Okay. Now we're going with the landscape now. Bit of red in that, just warm it up. Bit of yellow, bit of ochre, bit of umber. Bit of green. Just get the paint on and then I can add the texture and the colour over the top. So I'm painting this a bit thin now. Just take that off there. So when I put the mount on it afterwards, I don't want it all to stick. Okay. Now we can put in some different lighter, brighter colour. Some nice warmer colours as we come into the foreground. Now I need to get that counter changed there, so I put a lemon yellow. Right, get some umber and some ochre. And some lemon yellow, fill in the gaps, the shadow. You never know what's going to happen when you do this. You you just work away, and happy accidents happen. But don't rely on happy accidents. They're just things that happen. Bit of green now. Shadow in the murk. Let's move that up there. This is just a bit of cheap watercolour I bought, and I'm just using it up. So this don't make your foregrounds fussy. Just do them quick. Get them out of the way. They're best left half, sort of, without too much detail, because you're looking at the focal point, which is there. You're not looking down at your feet. Right, let's just put a bit of texture in there. Right, okay. Now I'm going to use a brush now. I've got a little brush with little bristle brush. I have got 1,000 of them, but no, not that one. This one here. Oh, right, just this little. Oh, this was a good brush once. It was a short flat by Pro Art, Sterling, I think. Sterling. Can't see that. But a very good brush. But it was. I wore all these out painting Venice about 18, 17 years ago. Right, let's just put in a bit of down there. That's gone wrong. I'll put that bit of sky back there. No, that brush isn't working. I'll use my little fine brush. I want to just get an edge on there. Like the old cottage, the old cottages. The roof is completely gone, so I'm just going to outline that with a bit of drawing. Okay, I don't really want to do much more than that. It's a simple DIY knife painting that anybody could do, but the important thing is keeping it simple. Let's just put a bit of tape on the top. Let's move that up there out of the way. So I'm going to put the mount on. Oops, go up. Right, I've got this one here. This is a triple mount. Alright, let's put that on there. Oh, there we are. Right, I'll just clip at the bottom. I'm never going to use these for can't do that. Oh, I know. I'll use a bit of tape. Bit up there. Another bit. I'll do this one-handed, as you can see, because they all look better with a mount. Let's just peel that off. So I can't hold the roll in my mouth and tear this off. Oh, I put a little bit down there so that it doesn't fall off. Okay, so there we are. We've got a very simple scene from a memory from the television programme. if you record these things, you can. Well, there it is. You can pause and take a photograph. I do that, but I think it'd be wrong to copy exactly. Just use the idea because of copyright and all that sort of thing. This view doesn't exist. It's just what I've done with it. Have a go. Just have some fun with your paint. So I've hardly used. Well, we'll go right in to see what we've done. Right, let that focus there. Look, there's my tumble down cottage. Crofter's cottage. That has a dark brooding background, and then we're coming down into this foreground. I've got a bit of shadow there. The sky, loads of colour in the sky, blended and not streaky and horrible. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I'm going to probably do another one because I've got all this paint. Look, I'll show you, I've hardly used it. I used a bit. And I've squeezed all that out. And with the Stay Wet palette, of course, it will stay moist and usable for days. Here, it's going to dry. But see, all this mix here is dry now. But maybe we'll just get another bit of paper up and have a go at that. Okay, so thanks for watching that, and I'll have a think and see what I can do next. Bye for now.